Welcome to this week's episode of Holly's Racing Fantasy. I'll bring you the latest news and what's going on around NASCAR. We'll hit the highlights from last week's race, and I'll give you my fantasy picks for this upcoming week. Join John and I for all things fantasy, and we're going to have a whole lot of fun while we do it. Stick around. Holly's Racing Fantasy is sponsored by Fifth Down Fantasy. For the latest NFL news and pro football and NASCAR picks, trust the gang over at Fifth Down Fantasy. Since 2016, Fifth Down Fantasy has been a favorite destination for football fanatics looking for smart and savvy advice and analytics. Visit fifthdownfantasy.com today. Fifth Down Fantasy, real fantasy advice by and for real fantasy players. This weekend was the NASCAR 2023 All-Star Race from the North Wilkesboro Speedway.
Yes.
Newly reopened, repaved, redone. Looked beautiful.
The track was a blast from the past.
It was a blast from the past.
It was a blast from the past.
When they announced that they were going to race there for the All-Star weekend, I actually attempted to get tickets. And the minute that they went on sale, they sold out. I mean, I went on there incredibly early, nothing available. So better luck next time.
Yep.
The heats were Saturday night, and they ran the heats with their wet weather package. Which was like brake lights, lights under the bumper, windshield wiper, the tires for wet weather.
Okay.
Not exactly rain, but like misty damp, which it was.
Yeah.
And it was the weirdest results for qualifying because the heats set the lineup for the All-Star race.
Right.
And the winners of the heats were Chris Buescher and Daniel Suarez. So now if you're trying to pick your team or your driver based on those results,
that was rough.
Hopefully nobody did that.
No.
Because they certainly did not win the All-Star race.
Nope.
In fact, some of the people who were in the top at the end of the All-Star race were in the back after the heats.
Right.
Either way, we'll get to the results in a minute. The Open was at 5 o'clock before the All-Star race. And I have to say, I feel like the Open was more exciting than the All-Star race.
Oh, it totally was.
There was wrecks and accidents and everybody getting on each other. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And in the Open, Josh Berry and Ty Gibbs finished first and second.
Yep.
And they were able to race their way into the All-Star race.
Yeah, and Ty Gibbs and McDowell got into it a little bit.
Yes, that's right, they did. Yeah. That's true. When Noah Gragson also was involved in a little bit of a wreck. And it's funny because then he got voted in as the fan favorite.
Yeah, and his car was already busted up.
And his car was
it was like a total wasted pick.
It was. Waste of a pick.
Yeah, you could have picked somebody else. At least,
I know, right?
Their car could have maybe competed a little bit. But
a little bit.
His car was pretty messed up from that wreck.
It was pretty messed up.
Yeah.
So suffice to say, when I say that the Open was more exciting with all the wrecks and fun stuff,
pushing and knocking people out of the way a little bit.
Yeah. Well, guess what didn't happen at the All-Star race?
Nothing.
Zero.
Big fat nothing.
Man,
the most interesting thing at the race was the track.
Exactly.
The pavement.
Yes.
The whatever.
Yes, exactly. The signs.
The signs.
The old school shots of stuff.
Shots of the mountains around the track.
Yeah.
Those pan shots were incredible.
Yeah.
By Fox.
Oh God, they really were.
But the race itself, it sucked.
It did.
Because nobody did what they were supposed to do.
Nobody did anything. Everybody behaved. Nobody got mad at each other. Kyle Larson went into the pit and had a pit road penalty where he had to start at the back of the field.
Right.
And he drove all the way up through it, got in the first position, and that was it.
That was it.
For the rest of the night.
Yep. In fact, when they started the race too, his car wasn't really doing anything.
No.
Made that pit stop.
Yeah.
I think Jesus took over and
Jesus took the wheel.
No one could right. And no one could catch him.
Absolutely not.
I mean, they were even commenting. They're like Daryl Waltrip. He's like, I want to know what the magic wand was down there.
Right.
What happened to this car?
Right. And both of us had texted different people during the race.
Mm-hmm.
And we both said, oh, Larson's got this. And both of the other people, no, it's early yet. No, I wouldn't count that. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
And the only thing that happened behind him was, and essentially, positions 1 through 5 didn't change too much.
Nope.
A couple people dropped back, a couple people went up. But other than that, as you can probably guess, Kyle Larson won the race. And that was nice for him. That's his third All-Star race that he has won.
Yeah, he needs $1 million.
He does, So that's congratulations to Kyle Larson, which, of course, he was one of my brilliant picks. I'm not surprised because I knew he was probably going to win.
Yeah, and I didn't pick him.
Yeah, I know. Neither did I.
Yeah.
That's because I thought Christopher Bell would come out of the woodwork and, catch up. But he didn't. He really, really didn't. So, you know who finished second and third? Both. You know who finished. Both drivers of 2311.
Yep. Bubba Wallace.
Bubba Wallace was second. Mm-hmm. Tyler Reddick was third.
Yep.
Which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
After the race, they interviewed Bubba, and I was ready. I was like, oh, I'm going to have Bubba Drama Corner this week on the show. Mm-hmm. But he was really, the only thing he said was, he was kind of laughing. He said, oh boy, I need me one of those louvers or whatever he's got on there. Because remember, a few weeks ago, Hendrick Motorsports got in trouble for having the illegal louvers that gave him an advantage. So Bubba was kind of poking fun at that.
Yeah.
But he said that, he was proud to have done this well and got to keep that momentum going and, move on from there.
Yeah. 2311 looks good.
Yeah.
They're for real, man.
They are for real. Yeah. So I'm impressed. Oh, when they did the driver introductions, Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, Kyle Busch, and Joey Logano got some boos and thumbs downs, but whatever.
Yeah.
You know what? You got to be kind of a redneck jerk to actually boo somebody. Yeah, or you got to be clueless. I don't care. And if you're a redneck jerk listening to me, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
Especially, I could see like if Denny Hamlin or Kyle Busch were like torturing puppies and like setting up illegal dog fights around the South, maybe you'd boo them.
Maybe you would boo them.
Either that or you'd hire him as a football broadcaster.
Oh, yeah.
I went there.
I was thinking about going there.
I bet you were.
But I'm glad you did.
I beat you to it.
That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But it's the what? I don't know. Maybe they like it. Maybe the fans think they're being fun. I don't know.
I don't know. It is weird to see them get booed.
Yeah, I'm weird like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, so that's how it went for the All-Star race. And you know what? It doesn't matter who finished 4th, 5th, 6th, whatever. It doesn't matter. Oh, you know what does matter is Chase Elliott actually came in 5th.
Oh, yeah.
So that's pretty interesting that he drove up through the field.
Yeah.
William Byron, nowhere to be found.
No.
Except for in the back.
Yeah.
With Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick and Brad Keselowski and all the people that I thought would do better than they did.
And Brad, I expected a bottle of Brad to do a little bit.
I expected a bottle of Brad
Kabasi.
too. You know what was cool was Kevin Harvick drove his 29 car.
Yeah, that was
the
cool.
Throwback 29. Mm-hmm. That was pretty interesting.
It was
pretty
more
cool.
like a celebration, fun race.
It really
it didn't seem
was.
like they were competing. Well,
no.
Obviously they're competing, but
Yeah, but once it got down, at one point, freaking Kyle Larson was 10 seconds ahead of everybody else.
Yep.
And that track is so short that everybody from 15 on was one lap down. Mm-hmm. So it was just, there's no chance. If you got thrown in the back, you were not catching up.
You were done. Your day was over.
Your day was over. So I think they just kind of rode with it and whatever.
Yeah.
Plus, go ahead.
No, plus with Kevin Harvick, kind of that interview made you think about for future fantasy picks because
don't pick him.
No one really knows how hard Kevin's really driving this year.
Yeah, because he had an interview before the race and he was talking about how much fun it was and how Stuart Haas, he didn't really want to announce that he was retiring because he didn't want all that attention, but they made him. Tony Stewart said, you are announcing it and we're going to do some fun things and you're going to enjoy this final season. So he did, and he said he's glad for it. And he said that he feels that the pressure has been taken off of him and he doesn't have to really worry that much about winning. He didn't really say winning, but he just said that I think it's going to be a little more fun than
Yeah, I don't think he's going for a championship.
No,
let's just put it that way.
I don't think so. I don't think he's going for another one.
So all you fantasy people, doing your picks.
Yeah,
think about that.
Think about it before you actually go and pick.
Yeah,
Kevin Harvick.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else that happened in the race?
Last week's
I know that Cooter has a couple things he wants to talk about.
Yeah.
Of course, they had a whole thing on Ross Chastain before the race. Jamie McMurray actually sat down with Ross, and I'm proud of Jamie Mack because he grilled him.
Yep.
And it was good. But Ross is just like, no, I know. I know I don't want to make enemies on the track, and I'm really trying hard. And he acts like he's so remorseful.
Yeah.
Except for then at the end of the interview, he was kind of like, he switched gears and he was like, well, that's how it is.
But where was he?
I'm not changing that. I'm not changing who I am.
Okay, let's call that superhero Ross when he's on the track.
Superhero Ross, okay.
Like that's his secret.
Supervillain Ross.
Supervillain Ross.
Yeah.
Not superhero.
No, he's like an anti-hero.
Yeah, he's the anti-hero.
Okay, go ahead.
So, where was he Sunday?
And that's another thing.
He didn't bump anybody.
He didn't do anything.
This track is all about bumping people out of the way to move up, to get your position.
Yeah.
Nobody bumped anybody.
No.
It almost seemed like nobody really cared.
I know. Isn't that weird?
So that's my complaint about it. It was just what a great thing NASCAR put on, but the drivers, I don't know. I think they let everybody down.
Maybe it was because the rain. The rain has that way of kind of putting a damper. But then again, it was a gorgeous day on Sunday.
It was beautiful there. Yeah.
You know what? The world will never know.
We'll never know.
We won't.
Yep.
So at this point, that pretty much wraps up the 2023 All-Star race.
Yes, it does.
We're going to do a little NASCAR news. There's a couple cool things coming in here. And we are also going to go over the picks for the Coca-Cola 600 coming up in Charlotte this weekend. That's always the 600, longest race of the year. Always a lot of fun, though.
Yeah.
Some people don't make it to the end.
Is it a lot of wrecks?
I do believe so, because when I was looking at everybody's stats here, that a lot of people have DNFs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And Jimmy Johnson's going to be racing this week.
Racing. I'm looking forward to seeing him.
So that's pretty exciting. I could have said that in NASCAR news, but I don't care.
That's all
Jimmy
right.
Johnson is like 8-time champ at Charlotte.
Yeah.
Although I don't think I'd pick him. But you never know. You never know.
You never know.
Okay, so let's head over to the NASCAR news.
Let's do it.
Okay. We're going to start with the first bit of NASCAR news that is important. Alex Bowman will be returning to the 48 at Charlotte Motor Speedway on Sunday.
Wow.
Yes, he has been
Back
cleared.
already.
Yes, he missed the last 4 races with a fractured vertebrae. Mm-hmm. And he has been given medical clearance to return to the competition.
Awesome.
I know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I imagine that they'll have Josh Berry on standby, though, just in case he can't make it all the way through.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I'm hoping that he'll make it.
Okay.
So that's a little bit of NASCAR news there.
And if Josh Berry doesn't have anything else to do, maybe he can race for Ryan Blaney.
Wah, wah, wah. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
The next bit of NASCAR news, which just came out a few hours ago, is that NASCAR is implementing a chassis adjustment for Charlotte. They'll start this weekend.
Okay.
And that is basically due to their investigation into the crash. Remember when Kyle Larson and Ryan Preece got into it, and Kyle Larson's door, like all the foam blocks were falling out?
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
His whole side door opened up, and so they're going to adjust and add gussets to the passenger side doors. Or passenger side, maybe both sides.
Safety.
Safety. It's all about safety.
First.
Yeah. So that's pretty interesting. I don't know if that will make any difference. Is that going to slow the cars down, having more stuff? I don't know. But it'll make them safer, so it doesn't matter. It remains to be seen how that will affect any of the action.
Okay.
Another bit of NASCAR news that we heard about was there is an investigation going on because apparently somebody keyed into Bubba Wallace's radio channel and made some pretty nasty comments to him. Now, he says that he didn't hear them, and they all confirmed that he wasn't aware that it happened.
Which is good.
Which is, thank God.
Because that could have got into his
psyche. Right. And it was after the race. And they supposedly said, go back to where you came from, you blank, 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 blank. I'm assuming they said, go back to where you came from, you asshole. Mm-hmm. You're not wanted in NASCAR.
Right.
And that's supposedly what the person said.
Okay.
They said that sometimes that can happen because the frequencies are public. When you're on those transmissions, those radio frequencies are public frequencies.
You have to know the code, though.
Right.
You have to know the numbers to dial in.
That's true.
So somehow.
Somehow, I know. So they broke in and did it. So they are looking into it.
Okay. I wonder if you'd be able to trace that. I don't think so. That's got to be tough. Unless, questions. And
that's a good question.
Questioning or I don't know.
But it's worrisome because, of course, he's the only black driver that's in NASCAR right now. And, he talks a lot about racial issues and he's one of the voices. So,
right.
I don't know.
I like how the person said, you're not wanted or we don't.
Yeah, you're not wanted in NASCAR.
All of NASCAR doesn't want them.
Yeah. Give me a break.
You speak for everybody.
Yeah, you dumbass. You're the a-hole.
I know.
I like Bubba. I can't help it.
Oh, he's fun.
He is a lot of fun. I don't care. He's dramatic. He is a hoop.
Yeah.
He is a hoop. So hopefully, thank goodness he didn't hear it, but hopefully,
he made some comment on his social media too.
Oh,
just saying
he?
When he heard about it, he said can't remember what he said, but just too bad I'm here.
Exactly.
Based something along those lines.
I believe it. That's about what he would say. Yeah, I believe that.
I ain't going nowhere.
Nope,
so
absolutely not.
Better get used to it.
Get used to it is right.
Yep.
And, of course, the Jimmy Johnson news, which I already mentioned.
Yeah.
So other than that, that's really about it right now. It's going to be a fun weekend. NASCAR likes to honor the military. This Memorial Day weekend, they do a lot of... the Doobie Brothers are going to be playing a concert. Oh. Yeah, the Doobie Brothers are playing the concert, the pre-race concert.
Is it the original Doobies? Are they like the Doobie are they brothers, like Brother Doobie?
The Doobie Brothers?
Brother Doobie 1 and Brother Doobie 2? Are they going to be like...
you are hilarious.
Are they taking it to the streets or is that Michael Mc...
Oh, well, that's the Doobie Brothers, though.
Doobie.
Michael McDonald...
To the street.
Right.
Yeah.
I think he is with them, right?
Somebody
Google this.
Yeah.
I'll Google it.
Oh.
Hang on. Doobie Doo. Doobie Brothers.
Oh, no, that's Frank Sinatra. Doobie Doo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are the original Doobie Brothers still alive? Yeah. Okay, here we are. The DoobieBrothers.com.
Okay. Doobie Brothers.
I don't think that I can't tell from... No, he is.
Oh, is he?
Oh, yeah, he looks good.
Oh, cool.
John McAfee. Michael McDowell, Tom Johnston, Pat Simmons.
Nice.
John McAfee looks a little young, so I don't think he's original.
Right.
But
hey,
I know.
If you got two doobies,
that's
and
all
you're not
need.
Smoking doobies,
well,
no, you should smoke. Yeah,
well, you should. Well, that's not what we
can't encourage that.
We can't encourage doobies.
Doobies.
Just the brothers.
Just the brothers.
About the Doobie Brothers.
Doobie doo.
I don't really know, but I don't know. In this one picture, Michael McDonald is there, and it says the
McDowell. The racer.
Michael. No, you know what? I don't think McDonald is with them. He's not in the touring
He was
lineup.
At one point, but then I think he goes back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, I don't see him on the touring lineup.
They're friends though. I think they all get along.
Oh, I bet.
Sure. But that's another podcast of music.
That's our other podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's not on the tour.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he still does kind of sit in with them.
Okay.
All right. So that's going to be fun.
The Doobie Brothers.
The Doobie Brothers.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Jimmy Johnson and the Doobie Brothers.
Jimmy Johnson and the Doobie Brothers.
That's all.
But we've got a little bit of sexy booth talk.
Oh.
We got 3 things here, which I swear to God, I think that both of these.
Okay.
2 of them at least, I think, were during the Open. Because even the race was boring for sexy booth talk.
Yeah. It was that boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody was doing anything.
No, I know.
Usually when a car makes a move, they give a comment. They'll say something.
We get in them. Yeah.
But nobody did
nobody
anything.
Came to pit road because they had one competition caution that was it. You didn't have to. Yeah, boom. Yeah, that's exactly what I was. So we got a little Crooner Mouse, we got a little sexy booth talk. Then we're gonna go over the fantasy picks for the Coca-Cola 600.
Sounds good.
Okay. That saxophone can only mean one thing, folks.
Only one thing.
It's time for sexy booth talk.
It's been too long.
It sure has. So if you don't want to hear any sexy booth talk, tune out now.
You better leave.
Folks, for those of you who haven't listened to us before, if this is your first time in, you're in for a treat.
Oh, a real treat.
We don't make this up.
No, we don't.
These are things that we hear in the NASCAR Fox booth during the race.
We hear them and then we repeat them.
And then we repeat them in a sexy way.
In a sexy way as it was meant to be.
Could one of these be from Mike Joy?
Mike Joy.
Clint Boyer.
Clinty Boyer.
Special booth guest Larry McReynolds.
Larry Mack.
Or D.W. Wallace.
D.W. Boogity Boogity.
We'll never tell.
No, we won't.
Okay, if you're ready.
What's so funny?
You know what?
What?
It's so exciting. It's making me laugh.
I know.
Okay, here comes the first sexy booth talk.
Let's hear it. Don't laugh while you say it.
I certainly...
Or you're going to ruin the mood.
I certainly won't.
Okay.
Some of them are really happy about the way their package is looking.
Ooh, look at that package.
They really said it.
They said it.
Okay, next one. He's inside of him right there.
Oh, ouch.
And then...
Hope he was ready.
And then finally...
See if you can do it.
I'm trying to read it. Hang on. Okay, ready?
That's my bad handwriting.
It is.
I know.
Okay, ready? Here we go.
Ready.
He's gonna have to find a hole at this point.
You better find it quickly.
That's all the that's all the sex.
Wow.
Folks, we appreciate you listening.
We really do.
We'll hope that we get some more sexy booth talk in Charlotte.
Hope so.
Until then, stay hot and sexy.
I'll be watching and listening.
You'll be listening. You know what that song means, folks?
Oh, you know.
That means it's time for Cooter Mouse.
It's time for the Cooter Jr.
Cooter Jr., dude.
Cooter Jr., man.
How was the All-Star race?
The All-Star race was boring.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I hear that you got yourself in... Yeah, I was going to say, I hear you got yourself into a little trouble because the race was so boring.
Yeah, well, it was so boring, I found an old pack of Winston's.
An old pack of Winston's?
It must have been from, like, when the track was, like, closed.
Yeah, like 25 years old.
And there was, like, 3 cigarettes in there, and boy, were they nasty, but I smoked them anyway. Smoking in the boys' room. I was smoking in the boys' room.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I was smoking. And then I puked. Yep.
I have a feeling that if you were a little sick to your stomach, that was from some of the beers that were laying around.
Oh, yeah. Mrs. Larson.
Yeah, I know. I hear that Caitlin Larson says that she chugs a beer every time her husband wins a race.
Yeah, she chugged that beer, she threw the can, and we found it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So you guys got into that beer.
We got into that, and I was like, what was left? And I was like, woo! Between the cigarettes and the Coors Light.
You had yourself a throwback weekend.
I had a throwback weekend. I was like, woo!
That is pretty exciting.
Yeah, it was exciting.
That is exciting.
Yeah.
I also heard, now I don't know if you had your monitor on, you were able to see a couple of the commercials.
Oh, I did.
Because Dodge Ram changed the song.
Dodge Ram changed the song from... Want me to keep going?
No, like a truck.
Like a truck.
They changed it to Greta Van Fleet. And you know what the funniest thing is about that?
What's funny about that?
I can't even remember what the new song is like.
No, I don't either.
I mean,
that's not good marketing.
I know. So I guess that Heart Like a...
Everybody hated that song so much.
They did. They hated Heart Like a Truck.
But at least you knew it when it was on.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
This is not good because I don't want it to come back.
I hope they don't bring it back.
I know. Anyway, so Kyle Larson won the All-Star race.
Yeah, he won it all.
How'd you guys do in the rain on Saturday? Were you able to find a place to dry out?
Yeah, we dried out a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Just, sit there smoking cigarettes and, you know. It's kind of boring.
Were you hanging out in the back of Michael McDowell's trailer?
Yeah. I fell asleep, and I think I know how I'm going to get around the tracks from now on.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to hitch a ride on Michael McDowell's truck.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You know, they'll never see you. Go all the way in the back.
They can't see me. I mean, come on.
They'll load in the car, they'll go, and then you can get out. It's like Charlotte's Web.
Yeah.
Like, remember they put Templeton in the crate? Oh my
I remember that one.
That's right. Remember they stuck, well, not that you're a rat, God forbid I wouldn't say that. I know.
Templeton. I'll kill that thing. Say hello to my little friend.
Oh, God.
Pop, 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 pop.
You know what?
Yeah, I know. That's violent.
You're starting to sound a little bit like your cousin Cuthbert.
Oh, Cuthbert. You don't want to talk to Cuthbert.
Cuthbert Mouse is his own entity.
Yeah.
And he's going to have his own podcast,
Yes.
too.
Cuthbert, it calls it as it is.
That is very...
Yeah.
Is that the name of the podcast?
It could be.
Very well could be.
I mean, I saw, the audience was,
Yeah.
mullets and mustaches and
Mustaches.
cigarettes and,
Yeah, absolutely. I saw the crowd on the TV. It was definitely a North
It
Wilkes-Barre.
was a North Wilkes-Barre crowd.
Yeah.
And, but it was fun, man. It was fun.
Let's just say it was not a California Auto Club crowd.
No, it was not California.
Wiz Khalifa was not there.
No. I mean, there might have been some oldies there. I don't know. Ronnie Millsap might have been there. I don't know. But somebody. There's enough mullets and mustaches to,
Yeah. I could tell. I could tell.
There was.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So now you're there, so you're gonna head to Charlotte.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Charlotte.
I mean, and from there they go to Chicago, I think, or Illinois.
There's a break there, right?
Well, after this Coca-Cola 600 in Charlotte, they go up to Illinois for the Worldwide Technology track.
Oh, okay.
Which I think last year was the first time they ran on that in a while.
Okay.
And then after that, they have a break.
Oh, okay.
Which, folks, we will not be here. We will not have a show that week.
No.
That's the, the 17th, 16th?
It's like a week off for us.
Yeah, like the 16th, NASCAR has off. The weekend of the 16th, Friday's the 16th. So we will not have a show that day. But, maybe we'll drop a rerun or something.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to drop to Charlotte. I'll go to Charlotte and Chicago then.
Really?
I'll hook on to Michael McDowell's truck.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even have to pay. You still got to pay me $1, woman.
I will pay you $1, but you also make sure that you go see the Doobie Brothers.
I love the Doobie Brothers.
Okay, go see them and let us know. Report back. I want to hear how good they sound.
Okay, I will.
All right. Well, then we will talk to you next week after
Sounds
Charlotte.
good.
All right,
Okay.
Cooter Mouse
10-4,
Jr.
over out.
Bye, Cooter.
Bye.
Okay, folks, you come for the fantasy, you stay for the fun. Here's the fantasy. Here are my NASCAR fantasy picks for the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway this Sunday evening.
Let's hear them.
First up, Kyle Larson.
Of course.
Of course. There's no reason to not put him in your fantasy lineup ever.
No.
Next up, Chase Elliott.
Chase.
Yes, he won the last race here in 2022, last year. And he really has a lot. He has a lot of single-digit finishes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, he still needs to race his way in, so don't count him out. I think he's good on these tracks.
Okay.
And Denny Hamlin.
Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin, in his entire career at Charlotte, he has more single-digit finishes than double-digit finishes. He finishes in positions 1 through 9 more often than he finishes 10 or higher.
Oh.
He has 20 top 10s here.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
and
good.
11 top 5s.
Those are good numbers.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
So don't count out Denny Hamlin.
Okay.
Your NASCAR fantasy sleeper picks this week. William Byron, because why not?
Oh, why not?
Because, he's on a roll and counting.
Yes.
Also, Martin Truex Jr.
Yep, Martin.
Because Martin has 3 wins here in Charlotte.
Oh.
And 13 top 10s. And he actually he's led a ton of laps.
Okay.
And I don't want to jinx him, but I probably will now. He doesn't have any DNFs at this track, which is kind of shocking.
Okay.
So he's really good at this track. Yeah. And then I debated on my third sleeper pick, but you know what? If you're going to go all out, why not go for Alex Bowman?
Yeah.
You know, coming back. He was not good here when he first started out in the Cup Series.
Right.
But over the last 6 years or so, he's really come around.
Well, he's driving the 48.
And that's what I figure. The 48 can get back. Magic of the 48. Magic of coming back after injury.
Jimmy will be there.
Jimmy will be there. So,
Could happen.
He's a long shot.
Could be it could be a, but
yeah.
Could be a happy ending story.
Absolutely could.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say Bubba Wallace because he's not great here. But then again, Bubba Wallace isn't exactly great anywhere, but he's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You never know. Bubba Wallace might be an honorable mention because that would be something, come out swinging after people say they don't want me here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to win the race.
Why not?
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not too concerned. I'm not too thrilled about Daniel Suarez or AJ Allmendinger or Eric Jones this week.
No.
They seem to be the least favored people to have a good finish. So,
okay.
Maybe shy away from them.
What about Todd Gillian?
You know what? Now that we said him, he'll probably finish up there.
All right. I just said it. Had to get it out.
Had to get it out there for his sake.
For his sake. Not for mine.
Not for yours, but for his. Right. So let me just recap that one more time. Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. That's Sunday night at 6 o'clock on Fox. Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, and Denny Hamlin are your brilliant picks. That means they have the highest chance to win. Alex Bowman, William Byron, and Martin Truex Jr. are your bold picks, which is also known as the NASCAR Fantasy Sleeper Picks. And honorable mention might be Bubba Wallace. And stay away from Allmendinger, Jones, and Suarez. And those are my picks, and I'm sticking to them. If you like what you're hearing, follow me on Facebook at Holly's Racing Fantasy for a little more information here and there. You can listen to the latest episode of Holly's Racing Fantasy every Friday whenever there's a Cup Series race, wherever you get your podcasts. Or subscribe to Holly's Racing Fantasy on YouTube for current and past episodes. Thanks. Folks, that wraps it up for this week.
Yes, it does.
That's the end of the All-Star race in 2023. That's the fantasy picks for the Coca-Cola 600. And I'm going to do a mic drop. But before I go, I want to say, if you or someone you know has a gambling addiction and
I still do.
And wants help,
and I'm tired.
Because it's all about wanting help.
Yes.
Call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for help. There are also text and chat services available. Good luck.
Do they also have a casino finder?
I think that's a different website.
Okay.
We also want to say how sad we are to hear of the passing of Tina Turner this week.
Mm-hmm.
God rest her soul. R.I.P. Tough lady.
Yep.
And we also want to take a minute to remember those who lost their lives fighting for our freedom, fighting for our country. That's what Memorial Day is all about.
Absolutely.
Memorial, meaning we remember
Day.
them and thank the current service men and women for all you do for us.
Yeah.
We thank you for your service. Or, current, or if you ever were a service member. Mm-hmm. Memorial Day is not for the living, though.
No.
But still, it's a nice opportunity to say thank you.
Absolutely.
And John, you have anything else?
I don't think I do this week.
I don't think I do. You know what? We're just going to chill out and have a great Memorial Day weekend. It's going to rain here in North Carolina.
Yep. Saturday.
Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday, a little bit Sunday morning. So we're going to get started and watch, Marvel movies.
Yeah. That's our tradition.
Yeah. We try to go through the MCU from Memorial Day to 4th of July every year.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little tricky,
We do skip some now.
We do skip some because there's so many. But it's going to be a little tricky this year because we have some house guests coming and, you're going to take a little bit of vacation. And
yeah, we got the bunny coming.
We got the bunny coming again. Yay!
Yep.
Tomorrow night, Bunny's coming for our weekend.
Hanging with the bunny.
Yep. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah. And see, you're a good start, Marvel, because it starts off with Captain America.
Exactly.
What's
more traditional and American than that?
Captain America.
Captain America.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
All right.
Have a safe week. Have a good week. Have a happy week. Chin up, wheels forward, smile. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Race on.
Race on.